Good morning and welcome to another special session for Instant Rewards Back Office. We're going to be covering two things today: how the three main marketing systems tie into the offer sites, and basically how to make $100 an hour. Okay. First thing, let me shut this down, and I'm going to refer to the Instant Rewards offer site, okay, whether it's the starter, the easy, PayPal, 60, whatever. This is the network, and these are the different channels in the offer site. So this is where somebody comes in and does their offers to qualify. So if they want to promote the 100 or they want to promote the 80 or whatever, they got to be qualified in that particular channel. All right, so if they want to get qualified in the 60, they would make sure that they're signed up and extended, or sign up with the link that is provided to them by their sponsor. The Gold is a new program, pays the same as 60 with a $10 bonus. It's just running under a different name, so it's gotten a lot of popularity, even though it's the same thing as the 60. It's been taken off real good. So I'm glad that Anthony and O'Dell came up with this idea, because anything to help, the agents make more money is always a good thing. Okay, so let's get back to the starter, which is, where most people start. That's why they call it the starter. Just to give you an idea how easy it is to do the 100, if you're promoting the starter 60, I said this the other night, the 60 pays a $10 bonus plus the starter is 20. That's a total of $90 payout. But if you're doing the starter 80, that's an even $100 payout on a starter 80 combo. In the starter, you might have to do one. If you can find one offer in there to complete, you might have to end up doing 2 or 3. And then when you get over to the 80, you might have to do 5, 6, 7, maybe 8 offers, depending on the values. Technically, it's a lot easier just to qualify in the 100 and promote it, because you can get qualified in the 100 in about 5 offers. Okay, I don't see where you can get in for less. I did the 100, I think, or the 80. I did the 80 in 3 offers back about 3 years ago. The 100, I've had people do them in 5 to 8 offers, depending on the values. I think the shortest one was when I had a guy came in and he did it in 5 offers. He did a .30 and a .40, which gave him a .70, and then he found a couple of 2 or 3 offers in there with a .10 to round it up to a full credit. So it can be done, if you find the right offers. I don't see where you can really do it unless you find a .25 in there and a .05 to round it up. You might be able to do it in 4 offers, okay? But this is the offer site, and this, the Instant Rewards Network, the big one, the big kahuna with the 17 lead capture pages, when you log in, you'll come here and of course, we covered status check the other night, how to change your status. We're just going to go right straight to the marketing system, to the control panel, okay, and see your lead capture pages. This is the one that has 17 lead capture pages. So whichever of the systems you are complete in over here, they will synchronize in the status check, okay? So if you're only qualified in one of these offer sites, when you first log into the status check, that's all you're going to see, okay? So let me do that, and I'll just keep this open on the status check. I can open up more than one instantiation. Okay, let's get over here and open up the status check. Okay, and I'm going to drag this over here. You can drag your tabs if you just grab a hold of it and move it, all right, if you're in your browser. Okay, and because I'm registered in all 17 of these sites, I will see them. If you're only registered in one, whether you're complete or not, you're only going to see one site pop up, okay, in this window here. But because I am, green in all 17, you'll see all 17 of the networks that I'm not necessarily green in, but registered in, okay? And you want to use the same, as I said before, you want to use the same email address and password to synchronize so that you can log into that site from within your office without having to go back over, jump back and forth between tabs and open up the offer site, okay? Now, this is, we'll leave that right here. So whatever you're green in, this is going to take them step by step. In the auto response, okay, it's basically going to take them automatically, all right, through, the step. When they get through with the overview and they get completed, with their registration form, from there, it's going to put them into the step 1, step 2, whatever you have, okay? And you can run your step 1 and step 2 backwards in reverse order of values. So if you're doing the starter 80 or the starter 60, you want to do the 60 as your step 1, you can, and it'll step them through. And then step 2. Here I'm set up for the 100 and the 80. I used to do the starter 80, but here's the key where you're going to get into making $100 an hour, okay? Your offer site, okay, is tied in with the marketing site, which is the Instant Rewards Network, the Instant Money Network, which is the one I told you about where you can promote 5 channels. It takes has total payout of $190, but they really have to do a lot of offers, and they could, theoretically spend anywhere from $50 to $100, depending on the values of those offers between these 5 sites over here, okay? I wish this was, promoted more. It's just that you've really got to, be able to position yourself and become somewhat of a, salesman to do that, okay? To get them to get through the completion system, okay? And then, of course, the IMN1 is just a single offer site where you can only promote one offer program at a time. I choose to do the 100. Now, here, of course, in the Instant Money Network with the 5 programs, they don't have a placeholder for the 100. Here, I've got 2 channels that I can promote. I can promote the Instant Rewards Network because I'm promoting the 100 and the 80. And over the IMN1, they just do one site. Now, why would I promote the 100 and the 80 over here. Well, if somebody completes the 100 and they don't upgrade, that's fine. You've already made $100. Same thing here. You make $100 when somebody completes, and it's technically it's a lot easier than doing, a combo offer, and most assuredly a lot easier than doing 5 offer sites. Okay, so getting someone to complete the first step or the only step in IMN1, which is the 100, and the first step, which is the 100, you can tie them in to the same 100 offer site, all right, as long as you're green. If you're green and qualified in that site, then you can promote it 9 ways to Sunday. Now, let's get over and look at some of these channels that you're going to be using for advertising. Okay, this is just a basic little index that I've set up. I used to have it on another page, but me and Webs.com got in a fight over my site and I lost. So I went and created a domain over at Fat Cow, and I've got several of these folders where I can set up and host my pages. I've got WordPress pages over here. I've got classified ad sites. I've got everything. This, I just created a little directory. There's the link in the chat window if you want to bookmark that. Give you a rundown. I get some leads through AdPlotter. If you want to track your ads, then you have to go and learn how to use the campaigns button in either of your systems or any one of your 3 systems. Learn how to use the campaign. That way you can track your stats, okay? So I can come in here and see campaign stats, and I can see unknown, and then whatever else that I have running. I don't have anything running right now. I've got just about everything else on pause. Okay, and there's the daily. Let's get back over to the lead capture pages here, okay, and status check. And let's get back to the control panel here, okay. Now, AdPlotter, you can run up to 2 ads free and renewable each month. They do have upgradable services where you can place more ads and have it inserted automatically, okay. AdPlotter has basically 3, I think it is, 3 different levels. 4. They got the free, they got the $39.95 a month with a $50 setup fee. That gives you 10 listings a month, limited listing sites, 2 photo uploads, 500 premium add-on coins per month. They add on credits, okay, access to premium add-ons. Here, they get you inserted into 50 classified sites. Here, there's no setup fee for the $74.95, and then there's $149.95, gets you up to 200 listings a month. If you're running 200 ads, I'd say, yeah, I wouldn't, I just don't run that many ads through one network. If I was running 200 listings, I'd have to do a lot of links and a lot of creative. I wouldn't upgrade, to that point until I was actually really needing the service. This does just fine. Renewable every 2 months or every month, every 30 days, it renews free. Okay. and you can put up to 2 ads. Noah's Classifieds on this site is again over on my domain with makemoneywithernest.com/classifieds. They have a place. It gets good rank. Nobody's using it. Okay, I get a lot of leads off of this because it does get inserted into the search engines. Classified ad submissions. This site, okay, they will, for $39.95 a month, submit your classified. This is where you start getting into some heavy traffic, okay? Because you're going to get traffic from search engines, web directories, message boards, and forums, 550 plus classified ad sites, and over 500,000 networked sites, okay? The 80 plus free-for-all sites, I don't even know why people even mess with free-for-alls anymore, because they're so antiquated. But some people still use them, and I guess they still find them, workable. I get a lot of leads from this, okay? But the best, and I'm going to go back over to, let's see. Get logged into Facebook. I want to find a couple of links. I got to find a couple of links to the co-op. Hang on. Find one more. Okay. Is everybody still with me? I'm going to, I got my links. Now, a Fluentry Connection Center is the people that run the Incentiprize, okay, the Incentiprize networks. They have a place over here where you can buy live leads, okay. These are, they do the work of placing the ads, and then they send you the leads. They've got a program where once you get set up with them, you can order a co-op testimonial with them. I'd say a Fluentry Connection Center, I'll give you guys a link here, okay. This can keep you rather busy. If you go to the live leads link, okay, live transfer leads, they transfer the calls to you. You can get 50 calls for $50 or 100 calls for $100. There's basically $1 a call, okay? Are you going to close all of them? I don't know. I don't know how good of a closer you are. I get about 20 a day, okay? And I probably close about half of them, 10 to 15 of them, half to 3/4 of them. I get about 50 to 75% closure, okay? Because these calls are people that are answering the ads that they put out, and they just rotate them through the co-op. That's why they call it cooperative, because they have other agents that are buying into the co-op and getting calls. You click on that link and go over here and register with your name, email, phone number, and the number you want to have it forwarded to, and which network you're promoting. You can promote any network you want, okay? They just kind of like to know. If you're with Instant Rewards, My Cash Freebies, Free Treasure Chest, or whatever, Incentive Prize, ZNZ, whatever you're doing, okay? That's one network. The other one, okay, is the Inbound Calls Co-op, which has basically the same price structure, $1 per call. You can click on this link down here, and you can buy 4 weeks of 100 calls a week, or you can just, buy a week's worth of calls of 100 calls, which is Monday through Friday, which is average about 20 calls a day, okay? You can also pay for it through PayPal or use your credit card, because when you click on that, it'll take you to the PayPal payout, and you can get, pay for it here, and you have to put your name, address, city, state, phone type, home, work, mobile, put your phone number and your email in, and then that way they can route, your calls to you. If you don't have a PayPal account, you can still sign in, continue, and, pay with a credit card. This is the only way that you're going to get a lot of good calls immediately. So if you start a campaign like this, you're going to make your money back quick. I don't make any money on this. This is not an affiliate site for me, okay? But I use them and they work. But you better be ready when you make your payment to start taking calls, okay? The deadline on both of these networks, you want to make sure that you get your orders put in, okay, before Friday at midnight Pacific Standard Time, okay? Because Monday morning, the calls are going to start rolling in. If you're getting 20 calls a day, and you might get more, okay, but you're going to get 100 calls for $100. What you do with them, okay, and how you close them is the key. Now here, you guys, if you haven't gotten a copy of this quick start notes, I think I have. Let me see here. Yeah, quick start notes, okay. Bookmark that. I'll send you the PDF if you want it, okay. As a matter of fact, if you go to I think it's this one. That's not the one. Let me take that out. Okay, that's the PDF. All right, first one was the text. That one, I have the wrong link. That one's the PDF. Okay, clickable links. The text file, and you can download these and save them to your hard drive. The text file, you would just have to highlight the link, okay, and use it to redirect. So like this one, you say open up. After highlighting, open it up in a new tab, okay, from the text file. Bookmark them both. You can use them both, okay. I don't know if I kept the text file up to date like I have the PDF file. But let's get over here to the PDF file and look at, okay, the blueprint and the training pack that I put together is for those who have done the 100 under me. And here's the videos, okay, on getting started, because this is basically the quick start and getting started. A lot of people will contact me through YouTube and Facebook because they just, their sponsors really didn't know how to get started, and they didn't know how to get started. So this is something that I can send to them. It's only 7 pages. And it's really got a lot, okay. Now this, the call script, short version, is one of the documents that you definitely want to use. There it is, okay. Now, I'm going to step you through this, okay. We've been through this before. This, you don't have to read it word for word, but use it as a template, and you see it's only 1 page, okay. But the position, when you put yourself in the position of taking these calls, you don't have an hour to spend on the phone with them, okay? You might have maximum 15 minutes. If you take 15 calls or 20 calls at 15 minutes apiece, you're going to work 5 hours a day. Okay, if you're clicking through them, if you're going right through them, you're going to work about 5 hours a day. If you're taking 20 calls and you're closing half of them at $100 a piece, 10 times 100 is 1,000, okay, and that's not hard to do. When you get to this point where you take their call, this is where you initially take their call. And I would strongly suggest that you watch Cesar Rodriguez and watch that video that I did recently over on YouTube, how to get people to follow through on your follow-up, okay? And I think it's over here on the new network. Okay, getting people to follow through on your follow-up. All right, so here's another one. If you guys want to just, go over there and subscribe to the whole channel, you'll get an email notification every time I do an upload. The old channel, I still put stuff up here, okay. So here's another one. I put short videos and some of the older webinar replays are over here, so you can subscribe to both of these. Subscribe to both channels, okay, by clicking here and subscribing. I think you have to have a Gmail account. Gmail is free to set up. If you don't have one, you can set one up on the fly, okay? Now, getting people to follow through on your follow-up. It's only 22 minutes long, okay? And I'd say watch those, all right, Let me see if I can't find my Cesar Rodriguez. I think I got him over on my YouTube. Yeah, here it is. How to set appointments to your online presentation. Okay. Let me grab that share for you. Now, I hope you guys are copying all these links or bookmarking them or putting them into a text file. We're not going to watch these right now, but I want you to watch them when you have time, okay? Now, let's step through this. After you have watched all these videos and you have set up your accounts with the co-ops, okay, and you have set up your account with the monthly classified, you're going to start getting calls, and we'll cover MLM Recruit on Demand on some other time. You can watch the video over here and watch that. The MLM Recruit on Demand, you're just calling people that are already familiar with the business and you've already seen that presentation. We're going to step through a call when they call you up. You're going to say, thank you for calling. This is Kathy. How can I help you? And the caller says, well, I'm calling about your ad. Okay, we're real busy right now, but do you have a pen and paper handy? She says, yes. Great. What's your name? And you can take their name down if you want to and write it down or act like you're writing it down. But here at this point, okay, I've changed up my procedure. I do not punch their information into the lead capture page. Only in a particular case do I. If they don't understand the URL that I'm giving them, if they don't understand me because of my regional accent, because I talk like John Wayne getting out of the saddle, Pilgrim, then I'll have my lead capture page, okay, open. I'll have an instantiation of my lead capture page open right here. And I'll put their first name, their last name, their email, and their phone. And if they don't understand, then what I'll do is in the Instant Rewards Network, I'll put their information in here, and then I'll click sign up, and then I'll tell them to, check your email. I just sent you a link. All right. Or if I'm putting them into my IMN1, I've already got a preset page where I can put their information in here, their email and their phone number. And if they wanted to, log into here, they could. But I can use this as a lead entry, and it will put their information into my autoresponder. Then I could tell them, okay, check your email. I just sent you an email. Check your junk folder because it's got graphics in it. And sometimes your email handler will throw emails with graphics, into your spam folder. Then I say, okay, we're providing informational webinars today. Do you have access to the internet right now? And a lot of times before I even send that information to them, I'll ask them two questions. Do you have your own internet connection with a home computer? Okay. Yes, no. If they don't, then they can't do this. I'm sorry. Call me back when you do have your own computer and internet connection. Okay. And I'll end the call and say, thank you for calling. If they do have their own connection to the internet and a computer, laptop or desktop, I'll ask them, are you sitting at your computer right now where you can type in the URL or check your email? If they are, then I walk them through the process of, you know, logging into the website for IMN1, and I'll send them, I'll tell them imnone.com/DMS group. I'll give them my link, and I said, watch this video. It's only 1.5 minutes long. After they watch that, I'll say, would you like to proceed further? Okay, and go to work starting today, making $100 per lead. And if they say yes, I tell them, fill out that form. Okay, so if I have them on my IMN1 landing page, they have my number. I tell them, take that number down. You see that number up the top, phone support, 806-319-5855? Yes. Take that number, write it down. This is one of the reasons why you tell them at the very beginning, do you have some pen and paper handy? Okay. Because, you know, you're going to give them a number where they can call you back. All right. Now, because I am so busy a lot of times, I don't call people back. I let them call me, okay? After they watch that 1.5 minute video, then I tell them, if they like what they see, they want to see the next presentation, which the default presentation is about 4.5 minutes. I tell them, fill out the form and click the red Sign Up Now button, and it will bridge them over to the next page, okay? And you've seen this. So it takes a total of about 5 minutes for me to start to finish, get them through to this point, all right? If they meet all the qualifications, if they have the internet connection, they have the laptop or the desktop, and they have their own IP, and they have their own phone, and they're sitting in front of the computer, then they've met all the qualifications. I can get them started right then and there, okay? Now, a lot of people say, well, how do I get that many calls? That, again, is, you know, through the co-ops and these classified submissions, all right? Getting through the co-ops, using the co-ops, you're going to get a lot of calls. If you register with both co-ops, Affluentry and the Inbound Calls co-op, there's 2 good co-ops that I use. You're going to get busy. How you handle the calls, all right, is going to be the big thing for you, okay? Getting through the presentation with them, all right, let me close this. Getting them through the presentation, all right, is going to probably be the biggest hurdle for some people, because they're just not phone people. You've got to become a phone warrior. I remember when I was a kid growing up, we had the old rotary dial on the phone, and I can remember we used to get telemarketing calls, you know, from people during supper, you know, because people were dialing for dollars. It still works, okay? Now, this particular presentation is a little spin off of the other one. And, you know, if you guys want a copy of this, I can send it to you. But I just basically tell them to watch the video over on my IMN1 site. This is what I send people on Facebook. When I advertise, get paid $100 for each lead you produce, easy work, read this one-page script to each caller, get paid to your PayPal, wash, rinse, repeat. I get a lot of people asking me, send me the information, and I'll just send them this PDF, okay? There's a certain way that you have to advertise on Facebook. I'm not going to get into that on here, but if you do it right, you can make a few sales on Facebook. You can do a few sign-ups. You probably want to talk to them, get them on the phone. A lot of people wonder, well, once I give them the information, they just kind of blow me off. Yeah. This is why you want to watch Cesar Rodriguez first. They don't get the link until they're, sitting in that chair in front of the keyboard to watch it, okay? And then at that point, if they're not there, I just tell them, when you get there, call me back, okay? Down here at the bottom, all right, after we've gone through the orientation and they've signed up and they've registered, then you can get them started on the registration to your site, whatever you're promoting, after they've completed watching the steps in your marketing system, if you're promoting the Instant Rewards, Instant Money Network, or the IMN1. Once you get them to your offer site, you want to make sure that they scroll down to the bottom, that they are seeing your name and your number. If they're not, log in, get your number, and email it to them. Otherwise, you're going to have to sit there and email tech support and tell them, transfer them out of the company account over to you, and you don't want them completing offers unless they are under you, okay? It happens, okay? So make sure they get the right link, all right? You send them your link, all right? Now, if they don't meet the qualifications, if they don't have access to the internet, if they don't have the computer, if they don't have their butts parked in the chair in front of that computer, then just tell them, please call us back once you do. That's it, okay? Thank you. And then the second note, you have a lot of people will tell you on Facebook chat or by email, or even when you got them on the phone, they'll say, well, just tell me all about it. Tell them that will be discussed in detail during the webinar. That's why the webinar or the orientation video has been designed to do the talking for you so that you don't have to repeat yourself over and over and over, okay? Because one question leads to another, and when you fall prey to that question, just tell me all about it, you have lost control. You have lost control of the call. And this is where you want to maintain control of the call, okay? So you tell them that will be discussed during the webinar, and that's why we have the webinars, designed this way so that you can get all the information. And I've got, 20 calls a day coming in. I've got 40 and 50 calls a day coming in. And I really don't have time to sit here and repeat the same thing over and over and over. That's why I will let you make an informed decision after you watch the webinar. Okay? Now, if you guys need to take notes on this workshop, I will be recording it. I am recording it, okay? So I will be uploading it to the channel so you guys can go back over it and you can kind of refine your pitch, all right, for Kathy, Karen, and Shelley. Shelley, on the other issue we talked about, I'll get with you that later after the call. If you want to call me, you can call me at 806-319-5855. Yeah. Get a that on hold. There it is, 806-319-5855. So, you know, I'll be here for the rest of the day, all day Saturday. Now, on the other channel, our normal Instant Rewards training channel is different than this link. We will be having our Saturday evening session tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern. But for the Saturday workshop, I thought I would run it on the special session link, different link. That way you didn't have, too many people showing up. And the only people showing up are the ones that saw this notification up on my wall on Facebook. I did not post this in the groups, okay? If we had all 25 people show up, that'd be great. If not, not a problem. Okay. I'll get with you on that. Now, the $100 an hour. If you're working 5 hours and you're taking 4 calls an hour and you're closing half of them, theoretically you can make $200 an hour at this, working 5 hours a day. If you only close 1 an hour, that's $100. Only if you're promoting the 100, That's why I promote the 100, because it's so easy, okay? It's easier to do the 100 in a single channel for a lot of people than it is to do 2 channels, combined payout for $100 with the starter 80, or the starter 60 for a $90 payout, okay? It's an even $100, and you have to do fewer offers in the 100. That's the selling point, okay? Once you get green, and you're green, is everybody green in the 100? Everybody on this call, are you green? Okay, Karen is green. Kathy, no. Shelley, I didn't even know if you were registered in the Instant Rewards or not. Okay. Kathy, I don't know. Are you registered under me? Okay. Well, if you want to, I'll send you my link. You can sign up under me, and I'll get you qualified and get you up and running. This is the only one, really, right now that I'm promoting. It's an even $100, but I'm promoting it through 2 different channels, okay? That right there is where I am, promoting and spending most of my time. It's the easiest for referrals to do, for them to re-promote. Just make sure that your referrals get a copy of the back office, whichever one you're promoting. That's the marketing channel for IMN1. And that's the one from my Instant Rewards network, the big one, okay? I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to concentrate on the Instant Money Network right now, because you got 5 offer channels that you have to do over there. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they have the starter, the easy, the PayPal, the 60, and the games. Some of them are $40 and $30 payouts. Starter is 20, easiest 20. The PayPal, I think, is a 40, and the 60 is a $70 payout with a $10 bonus. So total payout on the Instant Money Network, as I mentioned earlier, was the total payout of $190. Let's cover real quick the subject of incentivizing, okay, with a rebate. I tried it a couple of times. It didn't work. I don't do it anymore. You can do it if you want to. It's up to you. I had a guy that signed up in the Instant Money Network. He did all 5 networks. It paid out $190, and I sent him back $100, okay, which basically covered his cost of, the offers and maybe then some. Did he go on to promote Instant Money Network or Instant Rewards or anything in any fashion? No, and most won't, okay? If they don't have any skin in the game, if they don't have an investment in their business, they will not work the business to try to get their money back, okay? So this is why I quit reimbursements. I don't do reimbursements. I know some people do. They say, man, if you just do my 100, I'll give you $50 back, or do my 80 and I'll send you 20, or do my starter and I'll send you back the whole 20. Well, it doesn't cost them $20 to do the starter in the first place. And what if they, here's the psychology of it all. If somebody is doing the starter, it only pays out $20. So you're going to, send them $20 for doing the starter. You haven't made any money. Okay. And what if they don't upgrade? If you're promoting a combo back here in the Instant Rewards and you're doing the starter 80 or the starter 60, what if they don't upgrade? Okay. Well, what you want to do if you're doing that, tell them they've got to upgrade and do step 2 complete before you give them the $20 on the starter. And make sure that you wait a few days to make sure that they don't try to defraud the system or cancel early, because it will get them put on hold and it'll get your money put on hold. So if you've already sent them the PayPal for $20, you're screwed, blued, and tattooed. Okay. So always, wait a few days to make sure that you've gotten paid before you send them over that $20. So, if you get paid on the starter and you get paid on the 60 or the 80 or whatever combo you're doing over on the Instant Rewards Network, and if you want to do that, fine, then you can afford to do it. But don't be too quick to send it back to them, because then they can back out and cancel real quick, and they don't give a shit, all right? If they're in there to game the system, they just don't give a damn, okay? I'm sorry. I didn't drop the F-bomb, but I did say shit, okay? They just don't care. Some of them don't care. And I stress very emphatically to all my referrals, don't try to game the system. Do not use virtual cards. Do not use prepaids of any sort. You will get caught. You're not going to beat this system. It has gotten tougher, and they have tightened up a lot of controls, where if your qualification behavior even appears strange, they'll put you on hold. Okay? So you cannot tell people which offers to do, all right? You can just tell them, figure it out yourself, but on the 100 anyway, or the starter, it might take 1, 2, or 3 offers. On the 60, it might take 3 to 5 offers. On the 80, it might take 3 to 5. On the 100, it might take 4 or 5, sometimes up to 8. or 10, depending on the values. Why do I not promote the 120? Because you got to do a buttload of offers to get qualified, and very few people will promote it and get all the way through. You'll see a lot of people with the 120 with people with 0.3 and 0.5 completions. I don't have any completions in the 120. I'm green in some of the others, and I've got completions and money waiting on me. On the 100, I have found it to be the easiest because it's a flat, even 100. It's easy to do the math. This is where the $100 an hour comes in, okay? When you're taking calls and you're spending at least 15 minutes on the phone getting people signed up on the reverse 100, if you're complete on the 100, or in the IMN1, you're going to get people that are already coming through this co-op, through those ads. They're a warm lead. It's not a cold lead. This is not cold calling. They're calling you. You're basically buying leads, but these leads are people who are answering these ads, and they're rotating them through the co-op. They have a lot of people placing ads in these co-ops, in those two co-ops that I just gave you, okay? The affluentry connections and the inbound calls co-op, okay? And what I probably ought to do is put them into the quick start notes. All right. You can also go up here and get calls up at the top and go over there and place your order. Now, they will give you a 15% discount if you purchase a month's worth of calls. That's 400 calls. 100 calls per week, average 20 a day, Monday through Friday. It pays for up to 4 weeks in advance, and you can renew it every 30 days to stay on the co-op. Renewal is not automatic, so you have to do this, it's up to you. They have a waiting list, okay, so if the payment's not made on time, they'll assume that you don't want the calls and they won't send them to you, okay? If you're a week late in getting your payment in, then you'll see your calls coming in the following week. But if you do go through either a Fluentry or inbound calls co-op, or both, you are going to get busy. Plan on it, okay? You might try it out for a week. Try a week's worth, okay, to see how it goes. But get ready and have your script ready, all right? And have your spiel, as I would say. Have your spiel ready. Have your shtick ready, okay? Because when the calls come in, they are going to be warm leads. They're going to be a lot easier than even these. You're going to get a lot of auto submissions. I've had somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,000 page views a day in very low sign-ups, okay, because that's just the nature of human nature on the internet. But when you start getting calls, that's different, okay? You can walk people through. And those videos that I sent you guys earlier, Cesar Rodriguez and some of the others, and the video that I did on getting people to follow up on, or follow through on your follow-up. Watch those videos. I think Caesar's is like 12, 14 minutes, and mine is 22, okay? So it's not going to take you very long to watch them. Take notes, watch them over and over, bookmark it if you want to. The key here is becoming comfortable in your own skin, all right, and having your promotion, your pitch down. Having you know, your positioning down and maintaining control of the call. Okay. This is just all part of the marketing, you know, that you can do. One thing about instant rewards, it's not a hard sell. It's immediate money. They can get paid immediately after they're qualified. They can sign people up. They can start getting paid today if they know what they're doing. If you know what you're doing, you can train them. You can train them right. Okay. Now I'm going to open the call up real quick for some questions and answers. If anybody has any questions and answers, I'll unmute everybody. Kathy, Karen, Shelley, anybody got any questions?
Yeah, where does a Fluentry get the leads that they send to you?
They have people placing ads, okay? They've got people in India, in Pakistan, in Philippines that are placing ads on Craigslist and a variety of other places besides Craigslist. You know me, I don't depend totally on Craigslist. I still advertise there. I just don't count on them. I don't lose any sleep, you know, if I get flagged over there, because in some demographic areas of the country, Craigslist is becoming a graveyard like Backpage. I don't even advertise on Backpage anymore. Over the past couple of years, the whole nature of internet marketing and advertising on Craigslist and other sites has lost a lot of its effectiveness, but they have some ads that are really high converting in their verbiage. They will not give me a copy of it. I have some good ads, okay, and I don't always give them out. Some of the ad swipe files that I have, I sell. I will sell a pack of the ads, but they're not cheap, okay?
Okay.
I've got some ads put together that I sell at $500 a pop. And there's several dozen ads for like $500. Okay. All they have to do is just tweak it with their contact info. But it's also with the understanding that there is no guarantee that any of these ads are going to, you know, swamp them, you know, in calls. If they change the wording in that template too much, then it's like buying a shovel with a long handle on it and cutting the handle off and trying to dig a hole. Okay. Don't modify the tool. Just put your contact info in it. And
do you have a suggestion as to where we can get ideas for ad writers, or, you know, because I sit down in front of the TV all the time and just start, you know, putting down words.
You know, I always tell people, read Joe Vitale. Read his book, Hypnotic Writing.
Okay.
It's available in paperback on Amazon. He's got several books on marketing that are just absolutely phenomenal. I have all of his books. Most of them are autographed. He's a personal friend of mine. Gary Halbert was another phenomenal ad copywriter. This guy could write an ad and, you know, make $1 million in 24 hours. Gary Halbert was eventually put into prison for fraud and tax evasion and died in prison. But, you know, back in the day when he was, you know, alive and running, you know, legitimate ads, he was the #1 ad people. People would pay him $1 million to spend a day with him. Okay. and he would teach them how to write ads. He had a way with words. Joe Vitale has a way with words. Okay.
Okay.
Another thing you might do is look online and look at how some of these people write ads. Let's go to monster.com. Okay.
Definitely. Yeah, I never thought. I've been looking at other people's writings, but I never thought to look on Monster.
Career Builder and Monster, if you're just, kind of looking and browsing around by categories and industries, you might look, let's say, customer service or sales jobs, okay? Let's look at sales jobs, okay? Strategic account manager, senior sales professional. You don't want to copy them word for word, but you want to look at the structure of their ad. This will give you some ideas. Let's look at senior sales professional, okay? Instead of saying field acquisition sales, you might say lead acquisition sales representative. Has primary responsibility for driving sales through recruiting and acquiring new business for Fortune 500 companies, whatever. Field acquisition sales activities will focus primarily on target customers, Fortune 1000, Fortune 500, with a low share of wallet. Okay, you don't have to put that. You can chop that out, okay?
Yeah.
But you can you have to read through these and see if the primary duties and responsibilities would make a good template. So what you do is scrape this and copy, open up a text file, paste it, and
just type over.
There's our title for the ad. And let's say we're putting this in Yuma, Arizona. Okay? And we say field acquisition sales representative has primary responsibility for driving sales through recruiting and acquiring new business. Field acquisition sales activities will focus primarily on target customers Fortune 500 field acquisition sales activities will focus primarily on target customers, Fortune 500 companies. Okay. Take that out and say and companies. All right. Now, primary duties and responsibilities: develop and expand new business. Create and manage, take that out. Demonstrate business acumen, strong knowledge of all. Let's make that let's make this and you basically just take the ad from somebody else and chop it down, make it read like a job ad, not a work at home or a business opportunity ad.
Okay.
And then word it accordingly to fit what we're doing, okay? So some of this superfluous stuff, would probably be taken out. Would this be taken out? Cultivate relationships? No. Could that be taken out? Yeah. Cultivate relationships. Coordinate activities with other agents to cross-sell solutions, okay? You could just kind of go on and make that ad fit, and then you could go over to Craigslist or classifiedads.com. You could go to Craigslist and post an ad, Let's see. Let me log into my Craigslist account real quick here. I think I've already posted an ad in there yesterday. Yeah, I already got flagged. One of my old ads. That's because Johnny was sitting in the basement of his mother's house, surfing porn sites and had nothing better to do because this thing here has been flying for several weeks in another ad. I put it in computer gigs instead of customer service. San Antonio, I've got a similar ad I run yesterday, 6:25 in the morning Pacific. So theoretically, technically, I could probably post another ad today. So let's look at Yuma. All right, go to Yuma, Arizona, and we'll say job offered instead of gig. All right.
All right.
And then we could put it in the proper category. We could go into sales, right?
Yeah.
And here's where, it's kind of up to you. You can get a strong call to action in there for them to pick up the phone and call you, or you can have them email you, or even text you by phone or text. Put your number in there, and then your contact name, your title. My title, okay, would probably be something like this: Field Acquisition Sales Representative, Yuma, Arizona. And I would leave the specific location blank. Okay? I might say something like Phoenix, Scottsdale, Yuma. All right, so that it comes up in the search engines. When people are searching these ads over on Craigslist and also over here on classifiedads.com. Classified ads used to allow you to post, 200 or 300 ads a day. Just go down the list of cities. They don't do that no more. They've tightened up their algorithms, much like Craigslist has done, okay? But can I post outside of my area, Lubbock? Yeah, if you're real careful and don't word it. I still get flagged every now and then, but if I do, I just go in and post another ad, okay? So then I would take this and I would modify the ad to read like a job ad, and I would put it, in a way where I'd take all the references out from Monster and their terminology, okay? Like this right here, develop executive summary. Wouldn't need that. Prioritize accounts depending on greatest potential. Take that out. build effective working relationships, use action verbs and first person present tense, okay? Build effective working relationships with partners, work with customer relations, and tech support, use appropriate people skills to establish effective relationships, interact, you know, you just go through it, and then after you get all your stuff done, select it. If you're working in Notepad, take the word wrap off. Otherwise, you're going to get a lot of extra breaks in your insertion, okay? Select all, copy, come over here, place your ad in the posting body, and read through it, proofread it, make sure you have your compensation down here, compensation up here, okay? You might put your compensation right up at the top, okay? And say something like compensation, you might say something like 50,000 to 100,000 per year. Nothing unusual. If you're making $1,000 a day, you're making $30,000 a month. That's $360,000 a year. Even half of that is $120,000 a year if you only made $500 a day. Okay, so it's really not that hard to do. All right, so this is not unrealistic. If you put it down as a salary, you know, you can say plus bonuses, okay, because we do have bonuses, all right. You can put that up there where they see it right there at the very beginning, and then go from there. I'm not going to post this right now, but then you go through and read it word for word, make sure that you know, you have all the right verbiage, and then of course your call to action, call Mr. O'Dell at DMS Group, and you might put in and that's it.
Okay, thank you.
You know, something like that. I'm going to go ahead and log out. I'm not going to save that or replace it. And the same thing over here, if you're posting an ad over on classified ads, get logged in.
Yeah, I've placed with them.
I've got a bunch of ads with them. Okay, as you can see, I've got about 70 ads running right now. And I will put in the title, I will put in the area where I'm posting. I'll put it into the title. So when I place an ad, and they do get indexed in the search engines, okay? So I'll go with jobs, and we'll say sales, United States, and let's go back to Arizona again, and we'll say Phoenix, and I might take and put Tucson, Yuma, Prescott, Flagstaff, Sedona, Phoenix in the title. I might put it down here in the body so it's searchable. I'll hit all of the areas with one ads, but for right now, I would take something like, this up here, okay, and we're posting in Phoenix, so I would change that to Phoenix, put the compensation in there of, base pay, 120 per annum, put my ad in there, and then on my name, I would leave my name in there, my email address, so I could get email replies, my phone number. I would take the city and the state out and zip, okay? Change this to 9 months, okay? Place the CAPTCHA code and then post the ad, all right? So, yeah, you can get a lot of good coverage just posting a few ads, there, and getting the co-ops going, because these co-ops are going to be doing the heavy lifting, and I always say, always be placing as many ads as possible, okay, when you can. But if you don't have time to sit there and pound out, 4 hours a day of posting ads in 200 sites, then go with a co-op, because it'll pay back.
Okay.
That $100, a dollar per call, you're going to close some of them, okay? It's going to pay for itself. The first lead that you close on the 100 is going to pay for itself, okay? That's your break even, your first conversion, okay? You've paid for that $100 worth of calls. So, I hope this workshop has helped you guys. I am going to record it. I'm going to upload it to the channel so that y'all can watch this later, and I'll post a link up in the groups, and Shelley, Karen, and Kathy, I'll send the links to you by Facebook chat, okay? So we'll see you on the regular call tonight. If you get a chance, get in there with us, and look forward to seeing you. Shelley, give me a call. I've got my phone unplugged right now. Hold on. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, I've got my phone plugged back up. So if you need to call me, give me a call, and I can, okay, 10 or 15 minutes will be fine. All right, we'll talk to you later. Y'all have a good day.
You too.